Hey guys, Ags here. I am going to go through formation with you. The last video I did was 36 minutes long, and so I'm going to try to cut it down. I tried to do the whole formation on screen so that you guys could see how I laid it out, but that's going to take too long, so I'm not going to do that. We're just going to have to talk about it well, it's already done, because here I have it already done. So anyways, let's talk about this picture. This picture is basically what we're going for with a few changes. You can kind of see the key over here. I don't know if you can read it that well, but blue is assault fortresses, the brown is guardian fortresses, the yellow is processing plants, and the green is the virus plants, which they changed the name of because you couldn't say virus in the chat, in the game chat. It would do the silly little star thing. So they changed it to like immunity something or other. Anyways, so the changes we are going to be making are well, first of all, let me tell you what we did last year. I'm not sure what you guys did, but I'll tell you what Fur did. So this is the same formation that we went for last year, except we only had, see these white rows? Those are open rows where there's nothing. There's nothing, no buildings placed there. So we had it almost exactly like this, except that our processing and our virus were back behind our Alliance Center. We didn't have any processing at the front. It was only Guardian Fortresses and Assault Fortresses. So we had rows 2, which is this one, and rows 4 open. And then we had all of our Guardian Fortresses and Assault Fortresses here at the front filled in with no empty rows between. After seeing what other people did last season, I think what I want to try to do is put in some more empty rows. That pushes back our tiling so we can tile farther out, and it also gives us more chance to defend from our enemy and stop them in their tracks. And I will explain that after I explain the formation. Excuse me. Anyways, so changes we are going to make is we don't want any processing plants here at the front. We are going to put those all behind the AC, and then we're going to move the virus plants back behind the processing plants. So all this is just going to be Assault and Guardian. I'm not positive how I want to put in bases yet. That's what these orange ones are. Those are, I think it is Defender base. Yes. So those are bases, and I don't know. I have some bases put into our formation. That's these purple ones, but I'm not positive that I want to do it that way. Anyways, so tell Rav to stop messaging me while I'm doing a video. Anyways, so also looking at this, you can see how we want to tile. I'll kind of show you here. So if we do what we want to do when it comes to tiling is we're going to have people, so we're going to have one person go from the AC and tile out like this, and then like this. And then what we'll have people do is from that, I'm not going to change the color of that because I don't want to mess up this. We're going to have people go up and down and tile only the odd rows like this. So up and down like that. That's all we want. Okay. They don't need to tile the even rows. We want to tile as few tiles as possible. So then they're going to go back in and these, oh, that's an odd row. Okay. So these even rows, we are going to take out. I won't do all of them. So then it's going to end up looking like this, just all over the map. And this is so that there is no space where a base can teleport in here and get closer to our AC. If they get closer to our AC, their APCs are going to be faster and they're going to be able to take things a lot sooner. So this is how we want to tile. You know, we're going to have people who are going to go off and do their own thing, but we need to get it into people's heads that they need to do exactly what we tell them to do and not go off on their own. Doomsday is an alliance-based event. If you are playing for yourself, if you are doing things for yourself, not paying attention to what the alliance needs, not listening to what your R4s are telling you to do, you're not a good player and you're not going to stay in the alliance, basically. So anyways, looking at our formation here, this is essentially what we want. So I think I'm going to drag these out a little further so that we don't have open. I think I'm going to put base right there. This is not by any means a final design, and we might have to tweak it a little bit. I have to look at the number of people we have and all that kind of stuff to make sure that we can actually do this formation with this number of buildings and everything. So that's why I need to know, who our active players are, who are the people that listened well, the people who rebuilt their buildings right away, all that kind of stuff. Just to kind of explain the overall formation of all the alliances, we are going to have FCO up here, up above us. Did I put in there? No, I didn't put in their AC. So it's going to be their farm or their academy first. I can't remember what's right above us. And then their main alliance up in the corner. And then over here, we have, this is going to be DOH, which I'm kind of concerned about. Yeah. And then I don't know how well they did last season. So if you guys know, please let me know. And then we have our farm here down below us, and then our academy alliance. And we are going to do basically the same formation as well as we can with our farm and our academy. They are basically our buff. So what we are expecting, as long as FCO and DOH do what they need to do and are still tiled in well and have their buildings up and everything, what probably is going to happen is our enemy is going to attack from below the farm. Or that would be the smartest. That would be the fastest way to get through us, depending on what DOH does. Or they could come from over here, but that would take a lot longer to go diagonally like that. So I am guessing they are going to come from the bottom, and that's what we want them to do. So that is how we're going to keep that in mind when we're tiling, to make it so that it makes the most sense for them to tile from, or to come in from the bottom. So that is why this bottom part is longer than the top part. We need to protect this side more. So another thing, I have bases over here right now. I kind of like this formation. We might put some back here as well. We only want these to be by B-19s and above because of the missile thing. Now, they won't be able to use missiles anymore, their own personal missiles, like if we're fighting during SVS. They won't be able to use their own personal missiles anymore if we are shielded. I'm not sure about the Doomsday missiles that you get, the four that you get um, for the R4s and R5 to use, but I would assume they left them the same. Anyways, so I want to put in some more rows here instead of having these all grouped together. And we also had ours very random. We didn't have it like this where it was Guardian Fortress, Assault Fortress, Guardian Fortress, Assault Fortress. By the time everything was said and done, it was just so chaotic that we just said, okay, put your building here. I didn't really worry about what type of building it was. Okay, so let me think here. I might push this back a little bit, thinking about how they're coming in from the bottom, but either way, we might put some more processing plants over here. So anyways, this is the formation that we want. It might change a little bit once I start thinking about things a little bit more, but basically the um, for the honor buildings, this is how we want to go. So once Doomsday starts in 13 hours or whatever it is, this is what I want you guys to work on. We need to place the AC exactly at the coordinates that Lane gave us, and then we need to start placing our buildings exactly like this. So I need somebody to send out a message to everybody that they need to be paying attention to their messages and that they need to do exactly what we tell them to do. So here's the other thing is I am going to try to put exact players in their places, which I think I told you guys. So I'm going to come in here to this and I'm going to share a link to this layout with you guys. This is on the Intel spreadsheet, so you should already have a link to this, but I'll send another one. So we're going to come in here and let's say, so like me, I am an active Doomsday player. So I could put my building, I could say Aggie there. And we're just going to fill in names like that. So we have exact coordinates. You guys can see up here, we've got the exact coordinates. So we can give them exact coordinates where to place their buildings. I know there's going to be people that don't pay attention to this. We're just going to have to deal with it and try to get them in their spot. So people who were not active, who did not pay attention to messages, and who did not do exactly what they were asked to do, we are going to put their buildings up here. This is going to be the area where the least action is going to be seen. So if their buildings are up here, then we don't really have to worry about them. If their buildings are down here, then we're going to have to be messaging them all the time to replace their buildings and blah, 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 blah. So what we need to do is active people who upgrade their buildings and pay attention, they're going to put their buildings down here. So that's what we're going to hope for. And AB and Kugo, you guys are the ones that are in charge of formation. So I want you guys to be really tough on people about this. Now, be nice, obviously, but we need to be tough on people so that we will actually get this formation. It's Doomsday, it's war, so it's just got to be done. I may change this a little bit. I will let you guys know if I do. If you guys have any further ideas of what needs to happen, just send me a message and we'll talk about it. Oh, so how this works, defense, the defense strategy. The reason we have these empty rows is because, so let's say we have an enemy coming in from the bottom. They get to our assault buildings and they get through those. Now we have these empty rows here. We can tile those in, and you guys know that when you take a tile, there's a 5-minute shield on it. So we can utilize that and tile these in ourselves to stop them in their tracks. If they get this far, then we can stop them in their tracks here, tile these in, and then they have to wait for 5 minutes to be able to get through the rest of it. They might try to go around, but then again, we still have these ones that we can tile in. And so if we do block them, then that is when we need to go in and start taking their tiles back, so that we can continue to push them back and back and back and back. So that's the basic idea behind that. That's why we have all these empty rows. It just gives us more chances to stop them. So it's really important that the people that we have on our defense team are going to be people who have a lot of tiles left. Speaking of tiles, what we are going to do is we are going to tile toward our farm and our academy and then stop. And then our farm and our academy are going to tile as far as they can out this way. So the idea behind that is that if we have an enemy coming from out here, they have to use up a whole bunch of durability and getting through our farm tiling and everything. They have to get past our farm, they have to get past our academy, and they have to get past DOH up here. So and doing that, they're not getting points because they're not against our farm academy, they're against our main academy. So even if they take farm tiles, they're not going to get points for that because they're not against them. Once they get past the farm and start taking our tiles, that is when they'll start getting points, but they're going to have to get through our farm tiles first to get, yeah. And they're going to use up all their durability on that. Anyways, that is all I can think of for now. If I think of anything else, I will put it in the chat and let you guys know. But basically, AB and Kuko, I just need you guys to, this is what I need you guys to think about. Don't worry about defense team. Don't worry about the attack team. Don't worry about anything else. Oscar is in charge of our attack and our defense. I'm going to have stuff for Master and Rav to do, and everybody else. I need you guys focused on formation, because this is either this is going to be what saves us or breaks us. Anyways, that is all for now.